So, when last we left off with veins like tapeworms, we got the other like final ending. So we've got 4 out of 6 of them. I don't know how to get one of the I don't know how to actually get the other endings at all. Bonus scenes. No, this isn't it. So we've got to get the true ending. Volume. No. Fuck it, we'll just go in. We'll see what happens. I'm assuming the true ending is like going down the middle. But we'll find out. So we're just gonna skip all the dialogue until we get to like until we get to a choice, essentially. I have become Burb! Poor Demian, they gotta clean up the corpse soup. It's so elegant. Thank you. So we won't... We'll go this one. The thing is, I don't know exactly at what point I'll be able to read again, so hopefully I don't miss anything in the meantime. So I'm kind of just like speed running through. Because it just kind of seems like there's a middling path here. Sorry, my nose itched. Also, I really like that trinket included Demian's shadow here. That's so nice. It's just like a neat little touch. We just watched The Green Mile in Discord movie night. I'm gonna sit with some feels for a minute. Yeah! Yeah, The Green Mile kind of does that. Granted, it's been an age and a half since I last saw it, so I don't remember anything other than the oh no's. I think I might need to rewatch it again and gain some feels. Gibbon! Store kitty! Bodega cat! It's a classic. It really is. Great film. 3 hours long. Ha! Them's rookie numbers. Oh shit! Hey Infinity, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Entertaining artist, thank you for the follow and welcome to the vlog. And thank you again for the raid. Let's see. How is Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater? New Avatar gonna be 8 hours long. Oh, abso-fucking-lutely. And James Cameron is gonna make a cameo as one of the Na'vi. That's why I told you to get ready. Ah, I see. Are you a seagull? Yes, I am a seagull. Caw. We're kind of speed running through this part of the game. Let's see, nope, it was Metal Gear Solid 3, not the new one. Ah, okay. So the old Snake Eater. You having fun with it? Has 2 forms. Yes, I do. I have become Borb! I have a grudge against seagulls, not gonna lie. Yeah, you know, that's fair. I don't blame you for that. We can't be some right shit hooks. We got the nickname Rats of the Sea for a reason. Well, come on in, everybody. We're playing Veins Like Tapeworms, and the only reason I'm not really reading everything is because we're speedrunning to get to the, to one of the other endings. I don't know how to get to it, so I'm just kind of pushing through some of the dialogue. I'm gonna try... I'm hoping to get the true ending. But we'll see. The main story, though, of this game is that Demian is... They're at rock bottom. Literal rock bottom. Like, if not for being paid under the table to work at this motel, they would be on the street homeless. Our NB friend is just like one bad day away from crashing out, quite literally. Let's see, and there are a few that tried attacking me a few times. One of them was while I was walking to work. You smelled like the sandwiches. I see why they did it. I do not condone their actions, but I understand. So, one ending is Demian basically spits out Slice, which is the eldritch entity they end up, like, taking into their body. And in the other ending, they end up idolizing them to the point of it becoming a super toxic relationship that the eldritch entity wanted out of. And now we're trying to find the middle ground. If there could truly be a middle ground. Let's see, no one of them made a nest on the company signs next to our parking lot. Ah, so they were being territorial little shits. I understand. That's not better, that's worse. I'm sorry. I love the snow effect, it's so pretty. Luckily I don't work there anymore, so no seagulls attack me. Hell yeah. Moving up in the world. Moving away from that business. Poor Demian is so tired. And then of course Carl the shit hook shows up. I see, that's just the road I avoid because sometimes 3 try attacking. Damn! What did people do to them? Or are they just that ornery? Like, what the fuck? Well, give up this time. Because confronting didn't really do a whole lot. I'm assuming, like, in this first chapter, there's not going to be a whole lot that's really going to be determinative of what happens. Oh, this girl is, like, throwing up the eldritch entity that will end up crossing our paths. Let's see, there's a fence along the road, and I believe the seagulls have a feeding spot there, maybe a breeding ground. Oh, yeah, it could be either one of those. And if it's both at the same time, yeah, they're gonna be super territorial over that. Also, one second. I don't think they heard me. I hollered for them to say welcome back. My folks were out to get mom's medicine. We hear the whispers. Look inside. And now we have an eldritch creature attached to us now. It's a tentacle buddy. They're made of plants. Although it's not, pleasant, because apparently they strangled Demian until they try to gasp for air, and then just worm inside. It's quite awful. Alright, chapter 2, God in the Gutter. This is Demian having a dream afterward. And then they become full of tentacles, and they lose an eye. Because even more starts sprouting out everywhere. And then they wake up. Let's see. Nightstand. The rat. Sure don't feel like they slept for 3 hours straight. Demian flops down the pillow and stares directly upward. Their entire stay here. How'd they get to bed anyway? Magic. Sounds like a good place to get beach chicken. I mean, honestly. It's the Rusty! Hello, Rusty. Hello, Rust Bucket. What's you doing? There's still food left on your plate. You're seriously gonna snub your nose at it, you little shit. Picky, picky, picky. We are out of the salmon cans. You get the tuna. You get the whitefish and tuna. That's all you got. Meow. Whiny tit. You a whiny tit. Yoink. Animal. Yes, animal. Put these earrings onto my thing here so they're out of the way. Yes, he has been yoinked onto my lap, and I am preemptively moving shit on my desk so that when he inevitably wants to crawl up there, he'll have space and not totally... Yep, there he goes! Yes, hello. You got a place to lay. Be cute and be cozy. I gotta turn the light on because it's getting dark. See, I got a couple late night chores to do. I'm gonna do a spooky lurk. No worries, Raven. You go right ahead. Enjoy your lurks and hope the chores go well. While Demian runs off to the bathroom because, oh shit, what has wormed itself into my body? We got worms! We're gonna start needing to eat some pokeweed salad to get rid of it. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if that would work on Slice or not. Of course there is a cat here in my foot. How? You just got in here. How have you already put fur in my coffee? How do you do this? You fucking sniped my coffee. You spiked it with fluff. Housed. And of course we got Slice's visage in the mirror. Am I dreaming? Am I dreaming? Really, anyone would ask the same thing. Demi would like to plop someone in front of their talking reflection to see if they react any better. Besides, they went on a foray into lucid dreaming once before. One of the main tells of being in a dream is when mirrors act weird. Or was that clocks act weird? Think, Zhao, think. You can do this. It is both, their reflection says. Mirrors and clocks do not work as they should in your dreams. But to answer your question, no. You are not within a dream. Then how do I know you're telling the truth, Quite frankly, Demian has no clue why they're even humoring their dream. You could be my subconscious trying to communicate to me. What are you trying to tell me, huh? Drink more water? Get a better job? What is it? Don't be so quick to close yourself off. Even if I was part of your dream, that does not mean what I have to say is useless. It tilts its head back and raises an eyebrow. Think about it. If I was not real, and instead a construct of your subconscious, that means I am from the darkest corners of your brain. All the squirming thoughts that you will never listen to in your waking moments resurface now. Wouldn't it do you good to listen in and learn what fills your mind? Shit. Fuck. It's got a point. Yeah. Demian leans out of the bathroom to stare at the clock. Their eyes are bleary, probably from jolting out of a deep sleep so suddenly, but the time doesn't seem to change or distort. 4:35 a.m. ticks to 4:36. Demian blinks and rubs their eyes. Still 4:36. They straighten their back and look up at the mirror again. Their reflection didn't change, just kind of stood there, smiling away. Have you proven yourself awake and conscious yet? It asks. Is it mocking them? Demian's not sure. Its tone is earnest, but the statement itself could be a way to poke fun at them. They purse their lips. I guess so? If this is a dream, it's the most realistic one they've ever had. I guess that begs the question, though. Demian looks away, and then back. 1,000 things Demian could say worms through their head. Eventually they settle on one. They're probably gonna deflect, but... What is this blooming thing? It brought up blooming when they bonded with it in the snow. Demian figures they might as well know what it is before they get too far in. More importantly, the question is, blooming going to kill me needs an answer. Then again, it could always lie. Demian wouldn't know either way. Yeah, because, like, Slice knows what we're thinking at all times, but we can't tell what Slice is thinking. Where did that hair go? I found it. Bet. Damn it, Rusty! Demian scrunches their face up. That doesn't sound like a good sign. It laughs and leans in. I know what you're thinking. The answer is no. It will not kill you. Blooming is a wonderful feeling, in fact. If you could reach out and touch the heavens for eternity, the bliss you feel would be nothing compared to when I bloom. Is it gonna harm me in any way? Are you gonna use my body as this fucking plant food or something? It's like dealing with a genie. One wrong word and I'm turning into a toad or something because I wanted to jump higher. Don't be so skeptical, friend. I have no intention of hurting you in any way. After all, our pain is shared now. Your agony is mine, and my suffering is yours. I can only bloom with a living and conscious host, at the peak of their physical condition. This statement nestles itself comfortably in the front of Demian's mind. So, to bloom you need me. Yes, I do. Tilts her head and asks the burning question. So, we're not gonna go the control one there. What if I died? It's a bizarre question to ask. Even Demian himself realizes at the moment the word escapes their lips. Can't take it back, though. Demian needs to commit. What do you mean by that? Its tone is a mixture of amusement and befuddlement. I could kick the bucket any day in these slums if I'm unlucky. I mean, not to be a bit of a downer, but I don't really live in the rich folks' part of Kingsfield. People leave their car doors unlocked here, because it's easier to replace anything stolen than it is to fix a broken window. Oh, fuck. That sucks. Like, it's smart, but it also sucks. It really is the truth, not just a scare tactic. Demian used to have a decent watch they bought with the summer job funds. It was one of the few things they could take from their parents' house before the unceremonious departure. In the end, though, they decided losing a $40 watch was better than dying in the alleyway between the Quick Stop shop and Jerry Doner Kebabs. Oh, that sucks. They chucked it at a knife-wielding mugger and sprinted. They shake their head to clear their thoughts. No use crying over spilled milk, the saying goes. So, what happens if I die or get close to death? You just... what? Leave? Find someone else? That's a question you won't need an answer to. Dude, that doesn't mean anything. You will understand once I've rebuilt myself a little. All you need to know is that you are safe in my hands. Sounds like cryptic sayings are all it knows how to speak with. Or it can be perfectly clear when it wants to. Maybe it just likes leaving Demian with more questions than answers. I'll tell you what, the reflection says. Since you're so worried about your untimely death within these rotten grounds, I will extend myself to you. Just as you protect me with your bones and blood, I will protect you with my vines and petals. Demian wishes they knew how to respond. Thanks, I guess that makes this whole thing about sharing a body not as bad? I don't know, I've never been through something like this before. It's getting awkward referring to this parasite as just Demian's reflection. Bond or not, it's still a living thing with an identity of its own. And calling it their reflection sounds weird too. Demian can kind of glean they only perceive it as their mirror image because that's easiest for their brain to wrap around. Something like that, anyway. Hey, Demian asks, do you have a name? I used to. Over my eons in oblivion, though it has eroded from me. Oh. They look away. Do you want to give me one? You don't have to say yes. Or, make it your whole identity if you don't want it. It could just be a nickname or something. Whatever makes you most comfortable. How about Slice, with a Y? You know, to be cool. Wait, no, that's edgy. I'm supposed to be out of my edgy phase by junior high. It flows well, Slice says. I like it. You sure? Yes, I don't care if it's edgy, Demian. It is the name you gave me and is one I will wear with pride. Slice it is. Slice smiles wider than it has during their entire conversation. Then I hope we will get along well, you and I. Demian can't help but feel like they cut a deal with a god in the gutter. As if on cue, the landline phone in the main room blares its distressing tones. They jolt and whip their head around to face the bathroom entrance. Shit, that's probably Carl or Margaret, they think. What do these fuckers want now? Demian looks back to give Slice a goodbye. All they see now is their own face. Fuck it. Sharing a body with an alien parasite can wait. Right now, they've got more pressing matters on their hands. They pick up the phone and do their best to sound like they haven't been up for half an hour already. Zhao speaking.
Hey, Demian, it's Margaret. Dude, it's 5 in the morning. I work third and second shifts.
Or second and third. You know, what even is reading?
I know, but our morning housekeeper Isaac just called out and we don't have anyone else to fill his slot. Tell Isaac to go stuff it and get his ass in here. Come on, Maggie, please. I'm exhausted. Look at my schedule. I'm supposed to be on second with overtime today. Demian's taking this slice thing awfully well, if I do say so themselves. They've gotten pretty decent at packing away trauma in their brain to sort through later. It reminds them of shoving their summer wardrobe into neat little boxes to get enough space for winter gear. The problem is, this kind of thing goes beyond trauma and into life-threatening events that anyone would panic over. Not really something they can stuff into a mental closet to deal with on a better day.
Sure you can!
And hey, maybe they're imagining Slice up. At any point, they could wake up severely ill next to the motel's dumpster covered in snow and 2 seconds away from death because they ate alien goo and it's liquefying their intestines in real time.
That's also a possibility.
Look, Demi, you know I never want to do this to you, but we really, really need someone to fill in and clean up before you know what, I'll talk with Dad, okay? We can probably get Samuel or someone to take your other shift today. We just need you on this.
Oh, so Samuel could take another shift, but you need me for this one. I see what you're doing.
Yeah, sure. Oh, my God, thank you so much. I'll talk to Dad right now, okay?
Alright. Margaret slams the phone down on her side. Someone kill me already.
It whispers to Demian's mind again. Could never harm you. Safe with me. Don't worry, it's just a thought, I guess. Besides, I kind of want to see what's so good about blooming. It'll take a while to get used to having 2 voices in their head. If this were a horror movie, Demian thinks they'd be the first to die. Yeah, they'd be the token minority who thinks this is a cute rom-com cottage in the forest getaway. They'd blissfully skip their way down the creaky stairs and into the cluttered basement without so much as a flashlight. And oh, whoops, there goes their head, chainsawed off by the slasher before Demian can make it down the last step. They're not final girl material. They're too stupid for that slot. Demian isn't even a girl. Ain't that just a piss in their cornflakes? But this ain't a nice spring break. There's no splinter-filled cabin in the heart of the woods, no serial killer that wasn't hugged enough as a kid, so now he skins people for fun. And this isn't a horror movie. This is real life, and Demian has to clock in at 7 a.m., running off 3 hours of sleep, and pretend they don't have a vomit goo alien wrapped around their ribs. Ain't that fantastic? Morning, Sam. Margaret. Hey, can we talk a second? Sure, what's the matter? What's up with Demian? They've been acting kinda off for a few days now. What do you mean? It's hard to explain. They keep spacing in and out and talking to themselves. It's been happening all week now. I was having a conversation with them on break yesterday and they just stopped right in the middle of their sentence. I thought Demian lost their train of thought, but it was like they were totally gone. Lights on, but no one's home. That kind of thing. Everything was fine after a few seconds, but I don't know, it's not right. I'm not really the person to go to for things like this, Samuel. That sounds more like a personal issue than anything else. I mean, they haven't really made any threats to you or slipped up on their work, right? No, but look, I know you mean well, but in my perspective, it just sounds like gossip. Have you even tried to talk to Demian first about it before coming to me? You'd get it if you saw them. I don't know what to tell you. I really don't feel comfortable talking about Demian behind their back if they're just, what, spacing out? Maybe they just have a lot on their mind right now. Demian's been working a lot. Someone has to pick up Isaac's shifts, you know? He called out last week to cram for his finals. Sure, fine. I get it. Bitter White Lies, Chapter 3.
Honestly, we probably could have skipped a bulk of Chapter 2 there, because a lot of it was just the same. Isaac clocking out. Crowman, misery, frustration. Isaac is doing his thing, his cleaning thing. More faith in her than I do. Well, we did commiserate the first time, low the second. So this time we'll do the give up.
Demian snorts and rolls their eyes. She'll never listen to me.
You sure? I mean, I've talked to her before about missing hours, and she's been really good about...
They scoff, cutting Isaac off mid-sentence. Dude, she fucking hates me. I know she does. She seems nice to me, Isaac mumbles. He plops the towels down on the bed's corner and looks at Demian with a strange little expression. What's your deal with her? She hated me ever since I came here, you know? They shrug. I think she looks down on me. Maybe because I'm poor, I gotta live in the motel, or I fucked up in some way that pissed her off, so I'm just returning the favor. I've never heard her badmouth you, though. Demian barks another one of those mocking, humorless laughs. See, that's how she gets you. She never says it to your face or lets the mask drop whenever she thinks you'll push back on her rhetoric. But you just know Maggie's thinking it. Right up there in her empty little skull. She can't wait to get me canned. Damn. Isaac looks down. Don't know what to say, man. Of course he wouldn't understand. He just doesn't want to. Margaret's on his side, after all. Sweet little rich kid Isaac can slack off as much as he wants, and Maggie will let it slide because she's into him. Probably. She never said it straight up, but Demian has a feeling she wants more than Isaac's money. Their lives are meaningless. Her and him. No one would see you if you let your hand slip. You could run for hours before his body's found. What a fucking mess.
So it's basically almost the same as the loathe option, but it's much packaged in a much nicer framing. You know, relatively nicer framing.
Demian had been abruptly turned into a vessel for an ancient titan rebuilding itself from death a few weeks ago, but it feels like nothing in their life had changed much since then. Wake up, go to work, exhaust themselves on overtime, daydream about murder, clock out, get shafted again, wander around Kingsville until they can sleep. Lather, rinse, repeat. If anything, Demian would more or less say they've been worse off since then. The only changes they felt are hot flashes, melting into paralyzing chills, unbearable spites of hunger, they've been starved for weeks, and the vomiting. Be patient. Put me in the hospital, we don't have the money for that right now. Check engine light talk again. I need a cigarette, says Demian. But I can't have one because it'll fuck up my health and it's more expensive than ever. Demian is not feeling good. And Isaac is like, hey, what about weed? And Demian's like, dude, I literally cannot. Did you miss the part where I said I am fucking broke? That's it. Take a deep breath. Sure, whatever. Demian is like, fuck this shit, I'm out. I need to get out of here. What's the matter? Got sick of living in luxury? Isaac's tone sounds light in tone. They think he's joking, but they're not too sure. Damn right, they drawl. Don't get your balls in a twist. I just need groceries. I am starving. Because Slice is, taking all the food, and Isaac's got a scholarship. So, like, something I do want to point out is that it seems like everyone who works in this motel, they're in varying degrees of kind of like shitty situations, but Demian's is by far the worst off. Just purely because, like, without this job, they are quite literally homeless. Because Margaret's forced to work with her dad, and Carl is just kind of a sleazeball, so I don't really like him at all. There's nothing to really consider him to be likable in this entire fucking game. So they need this motel to remain functional, or else they'd end up in the same position that Demian is in. Isaac and Samuel are probably the only two who are in a considerably better position, because Isaac here has a scholarship, so he's got that to pay for his schooling. He's probably got his parents that are supporting him to some degree, because I don't think it's ever mentioned that he's, like, living with his parents or not. I'm not sure. But he could be.
where he could be like Miriam and moved here and is living on his own. So the job is like helping supplement his scholarship. And then Samuel, we don't really get much on Samuel, honestly. He's just kind of there. So I'm only assuming that his position's a little better. Yeah, and they both need to fucking book it before Carl gets on their asses, cause you know, boss can't have their employees just trying to fucking breathe and sit and just relax. So this is Demian just wanting to get onto the train, hating being in crowds and wearing a face mask because they don't want to get sick. They could walk to the quick stop mart, but their feet fucking hurt because they've got the feet of a 50-year-old due to doing ballet when they were young. Which it kind of sucks that Demian still had to bite somebody to get out of that. So this is the scene where Demian commits an abuse against a stranger. As a mother and child. Demian's got family problems. So a happy family just sets them off. So game is saved. So given they both deserve it. Is the option we go for. Because we're gonna avoid all the orange this time.
Heart pounds in their chest so hard it feels like the muscle crashes against their bones. They both deserve it. That's right. Just breathe. It's not like you're killing them. You're just getting used to indulging yourself. Sweaty palms clench and unclench dozens of times. It's harmless. They're not going to throw the kid on the tracks or anything. Why are they so nervous? Demian's mind fixated on the sturdy case the kid's holding in her free hand. It's probably a violin. Never played himself, but I had a friend whose 11-year-old sister did. Yukino was her name, Demian remembers. Yukino Suzuki. They were jealous of the praise Yukino got from her dad regarding the violin thing. Pa hated Demian's guitar aptitude. Violin won't break. Even a shitty old case made of cardboard and a dream will take the brunt of the damage. So really, Demian's not doing anything wrong. Hell, they could even be doing her a favor. Maybe it's a nasty thing she's dying to get rid of and her mom won't let her replace it until it's unusable. Mom would do the same thing. They've destroyed more than one cheap, fraying knockoff to get something that'll last more than a month. Don't need to justify it. Yeah, you're right. My nerves are yelling at me. Feels wrong, like I'm doing wrong. You're not. You just need a little push. Shall I be the one to bring it upon you? Yes. Help me. As you desire. So shall it be. There's a deep, ancient power within their bones. Demian knows it's not their own. God, how they wish it was, though. If it belonged to them, they'd be happy. They would be free. But this is the next best thing. Science pulls itself into their core. collecting its entirety within Demian. Something else takes charge of their shell. Tendrils climb down their arm and wrap around their fingers, like a hand in embrace. They're like vines overtaking an abandoned building, shattering the windows and creeping into the dusty bricks. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. The train brakes screech against the tracks. The sound of steel grinding on steel is nothing compared to the thoughts running through their head. The deceleration makes everyone jolt, leaning into the stolen momentum. No. It was a swift move, one filled with malice that had built up over the years. If someone asked Emmy now what happened, they would have 1.5 million excuses. The train was still moving. Demian didn't think she would fall that badly. Slice's strength is new and thrilling kind of drug they aren't used to, the list goes on. Either way, what's done is done. The case is on the ground, the violin clatters under everyone's feet. They hope it breaks. Demian hopes someone steps on the neck and snaps it clean off. Is that even possible? They hope so. Their shoulder stings with a dull throb, but the pain will be meaningless soon. Before they can stick around to get caught, Demian scampers off into the harsh white lights of the station. Bleary-eyed passengers move like zombies. The push and jostle of the crowd only work in their favor. Demian lets himself get swept up in the flow, becoming just another face to ignore on a cold winter night. Despite this, they can still hear the mom and daughter hollering over each other, as if in competition to be more obnoxious than the other. The kid starts hollering, "No, the soundpost!" The mom's voice burbles under the humming ambiance. Demian can only pick up one word: competition. It takes everything they have not to laugh. Demian slips out of the train just as the doors close behind them. The vines retreat under the skin, though muscle and bone and blood. Well, through, I should say. The feeling runs hot and cold at the same time, like someone cut open their arm during surgery and prodded icy fingers into the meat, all while they're awake. It was fucking addicting. Sure, it was minor in the grand scheme of things. Oh, poor little Demian, so oppressed from Zhao family bullshit they get giddy from shoulder checking someone. But damn it, it felt good. The exhilaration that courses through Demian fires off and bursts at their nerve endings, and it feels so good they could throw up. It's not my fault. Someone would have done it, one way or another. Yes. Someone else would have enjoyed it more than I did. If it wasn't me, it was gonna be that shifty fuck sitting next to the doors. I bet he would have stolen it, not just break it. Don't need to justify it. But I didn't think it... Fuck the actual violin up. Takes everything they have not to laugh. You enjoyed it. They deserve it. Simple as that. Satisfied vessels tend better. Achieve blooming quicker. It sounds tired. Demian doesn't have the words to explain it. The lilt of Slice's voice in their head goes on and on like a swarm of insects or a table of people whispering in their ear. But the inflections don't change. It's hard to tell when it's angry, much less worn out. Maybe feeding it something would help. Shit! Demian rolls up a sleeve as something hot and wet soaks into the fabric. Gee, thanks a lot. Don't worry. Not as if you're in pain. Are you? Doesn't matter if it hurts or not, I'm still bleeding thanks to you. Shit, they'll have to deal with that when they can. Demi doesn't have any bandages on hand, no strip of cloth they can dramatically tear off and wrap around their arm presents itself either. Demi's just gonna have to bleed until it scabs over, Slice can deal with the damage. Heal the scrape. Now we gotta go to the store. Speed through that end bit there. Quick Stop Shop's always got the freshest stuff on Wednesdays. Probably have time to do grocery runs, but they come in on Wednesday. Not nauseating. Deep cravings within. Must consume. Look, I'm willing to try and eat a fish for you, but I mean it when I say it's not going to be pretty. I've never liked seafood before. Attempt as an improvement. Improvement over what? Stagnation. Hey, how's it going? Miriam's warm smile feels like it should be directed towards someone else. They raise their hand in a slight wave. The usual, I guess. How's Juice doing? The flip-flop. The cat is in the back. Let's see. They're in the back. Demian is sad because they wanted to pet the cat, which is understandable. Demian is collecting a few things. Miriam is hanging around. If I had the money for that, if they knew Miriam would think it's a date, if she'd ask for it down. What kind of... Wait, hold on. It's not too bad, honestly. Demian stays out of her way and she stays out of theirs. The company could be nice if they were friends getting together at a restaurant, Demian thinks. If they had the money for that, and if they knew Miriam wouldn't think it's a date, they'd ask if she was down for it. What kind of food does she like? They'd like to take her to a Chinese restaurant. A good one, too, not just a hole in the wall for takeout. They could share some ji ro and hot beef, or beef hot pot. Hey, Miriam breaks the silence. Did something happen? Hmm? You look different. Not in a bad way, just different. Oh, if only she knew. I know how it is, they'd say with a shrug. Don't you dare tell her. Stop me. She would shun you. Tell the whole world of us. Treat me as a disease that must be cured. The world would lock you away and rip us apart. Hey, you stopped me. They shake their head and continue on. Work wasn't too bad today. No one left a big mess, and there wasn't a big rush. Of course, that's an absolute lie. Late January marks the flood of people booking rooms for Valentine's Day. Top of that, someone took an actual human shit on the bedroom carpet, and Demian was the one. Oh, fucking. What the hell? Demian is not gonna get over, and they shouldn't get over it, cause that's bullshit. But maybe I should have got myself sick with it. Or the corpse soup. If I got a bloodborne disease, I bet I could have sued Carl. I need a lawyer. I need lawyer money for that, though. Oh, an easy take. We haven't had that many drunks or criminals come in today personally. There's a tinge of relief in Miriam's voice. They don't blame her. Demian's had their fair share of drunkards. Make her leave. Cannot stand her. Leave her alone. Demian laughs. There's no humor behind it. It's just a bitter noise they make so they don't cry from the stress of it all. Yeah, they've had to throw a few out of the motel. Well, not just me. They'd be a group after with a few of us because the drunk people won't leave without a fight. Sometimes it's a verbal one, but most of them go down swinging. Wasting our time. Must feed. Slicey, slicey, buddy. I want a social life. Miriam covers her mouth with her free hand. The other one grips the cardboard box. Oh, gosh, I've never had a fighter before. You never got hurt by it, right? She only wants you in a way that sickens you. She's still nice. Leave her be. Nothing Carl can't have away with a decent bonus. I've never been hospitalized before, if that's what you mean. Thank God, too, I don't have the health insurance. If I get a broken bone, I just have to sit on myself and hope I don't get sepsis. No, Zhao, you're ruining the mood again. Shit, sorry, that was a joke. They clench their teeth and turn their attention toward the frozen meals. I'll be fine, really. Never even been bruised. I'd rather you didn't get hurt at all. Same here, but we can't all get what we want. That's why I take the little victories. Enough squabbling. Must feed. Okay. Calm down. I'll feed you. Don't worry. Let's see. The fish is what's affordable, and given what Slice said earlier, I'm gonna be under the impression that that's what's gonna get us where we need to go. Freshly caught pick some food the other would enjoy in Chapter 3. So we're gonna go and do some extra saves here. So we'll do a save under idolization. The first save for this run. Hey Webster, they start. How do the fish look today? They any good? Huh? I thought you don't like it. Don't get me wrong, I still hate it. It's for a friend, acquaintance. Point is, the friend loves fish, and I want to do something nice. She nods in understanding. Oh, is there anything in particular this friend wants? I think my friend will be okay with anything. Gotcha. The fish looks pretty good to me. It's packed on ice. Just came in. They nod in response and plod off. Takes everything they have in them not to vomit from the smell. Slimy white fillets shimmer in the store's light. Each ice cube casts a harsh gleam in Demian's eye, like a diamond in the muck.
Oh damn. They went neom!
Straight for that fish. Creeping bile in the back of their throat sours their saliva. It's not the sludge, thank God. Regular vomit is just as bad, though. But they're gonna have to feed Slice one way or another. Having something to tend to is one of the only things that keeps Demian alive on harder days. They were the same way with Tabisca, now Slice fills that role. Anything here looks good to you? And he is fine. Simply wish to eat. So you're alright with the cheap stuff? Yes.
Does that mean it's gonna have to be tuna?
Even the cheapest fish Demian could grab would leave a dent in their bank account. They take it anyway, though, before they wrap it up in a plastic bag and hustle to the checkout counter. Demian shoves the fish into the basket to ignore the purring that rolls through their bones.
Oh, Slice is just making their bones vibrate. Oh god, that would feel so fucking weird. Can you imagine?
They can feel the whisper of Slice's heartbeat thrumming against their innards as it slips through their skull and down their spine. It's not a painful feeling, but there's no way in hell it's comfortable. Most of the time it lies dormant in the center of their organs, but when it moves around, Demian has to remind themselves they had their appendix removed years ago. Alright, I'm checking out, Demian calls out. They hold back their tears when they take the price.
Oh, yeah.
See you, Webster. Have a good night! Miriam waves goodbye. They thump out of the store, just in time to spray inky fluids all over the concrete.
Oh, there it goes.
Demian isn't going to get used to the sludge. Not now, not ever. Sometimes their body gives them a warning before the chunks start spewing, but that's not really a high bar.
So I think this is gonna be the same thing as before from the first route. The sludge vomit will basically subside once they get close together or get close to like blooming. And then I think Miriam will pop up in a second. Yeah, there she is. They don't turn to look at Miriam. They know what she's gonna ask.
Hey, do you wanna go hang out on a day off? They mumble. She swallows hard. If you don't mind me asking, do you have any plans? It's like, no, we don't have any plans. But our only plans are, hey, we're gonna just spend time to ourselves.
And then she sees the sludge vomit and goes, oh my god, what is wrong?
Why do you ask? Demian clears her throat at the building phlegm. Just a rough day at work is all. You sure? This looks pretty rough. I'm fine. I'm just gonna make some food and take a nap. I'll be all good by tomorrow. They lie through their teeth. See you. Miriam gasps, rushing to their side. Demian flinches. Webster, I'm fine, really. I gotta get home. She takes the answer. Her face doesn't relax, though. Okay, if you're sure, just please, like, go to urgent care for this, because it's not good to be throwing up sludge. You're just hungry. Simply need to feed. Yeah, I think so. They do their best to forget the look on Miriam's face. She had the face of someone catching on to a great big conspiracy. The fish tastes rotten to their tongue, but they swallow their repulsion the best they can and eat it bite by bite. The meat is cold. The flesh is raw and pink inside, and the bones tear up their mouth. Despite everything, it makes Slice so happy and revitalizes so much of the tendrils once incomplete. Demian keeps the fillets down in their stomach. They bite the unblinking eyes off the corpse.
Oh, oh god. No.
It's the best thing they've ever tasted because Slice loves it.
Oh god, the eyes.
It's not enough. Demian can understand it needs more. Slice needs something more than this. As Demian swallows the last bite, the realization of its incompletion crosses the bridge of their thoughts. It needs something more than just fish. That's okay, isn't it? Slice just needs something better. There's a butcher shop nearby, and Demian can swing by there before the last train rolls into the station.
Only instead of like in the orange route, we don't actually see Demian going to yoink anything from there.
I take a drag of the cigarette and stare at the music sheets. The melody is wrapped around my brain, begging, pleading to be shaken loose, to be put down on the paper. I put down the cigarette and pick up my pen. But there's nothing. The ink dries in one big splotch. The ashes smolder in its tray. My stupid, starving brain clings to the melody and won't set it free. I put down the pen and light a new cigarette. Just one more verse, I say to myself. One more shift to survive, one more verse, and this'll be my big breakout. I can finally breathe. I can finally eat. My body aches in hunger, but the meals go uneaten. My hair clumps together, but my tub runs dry. I can't eat now. I can't sleep now. I haven't done enough to deserve it. Just one more note, one more word, anything. I stare at the paper for hours on end, begging my head to let me get out of this fucking dump. I reach for the carton, but it's all empty. I work, I smoke, I try to write, and it's all I deserve until it's over. The tears splatter in wrinkled dots. I don't deserve to cry. I still have another verse to write.
Hmm. Coffee. So this section is just Demian having a dream of a memory of someone they used to know back when they were in high school. They had more or less just figured out that they were non-binary, and their home life still wasn't great. But for a brief moment, they had a ships in the night kind of situation with this person who's just come into the bathroom. Someone who just basically got their situation and they got along. And this is just, again, this is just them commiserating and kind of like understanding each other even though they know their situations are different. Just a one night of peace. One night to talk to someone who understands and isn't trying to pull too much of you. See, the door slammed shut, severing the thread. I still love this animation. Trinket did fucking great on that.
Demian jerks awake. God damn it.
Never did reconnect with that girl. And Demian is just kind of sad that they never reconnected with her to become, like, proper friends. And that they were just... They only shared that one night, that one moment. And, they were remembering that because Slice was poking around in their dreams.
What's the matter? Troubled mind has been feverish all night. Just some bad memories is all. It sounded nice. You missed her. Oh god, did they? Well, Demian is unbelievably grateful they aren't in high school anymore. It was one of the loneliest periods of their life. Would have been nice to have had a friend the entire time. Yeah, I did. Still do. It slithers about in their brains, sifting through memories that deserve to be forgotten. don't do it, man. It's all sad shit in there. But Slice wants to know more. And Demian's like, dude, just fucking ask me. I have, like, privacy in my brain. This is my mind palace. Please respect the mind palace. When Demian closes their eyes, it feels like Slice is curled up in the center of their chest the way their cat used to. It's a meaty weight right on their bones, yet at the same time it feels like nothing. The only word they could use to describe that feeling is strange. Who's your father? Dude! They sit up so fast, they get tangled in the sheets, and it's like, dude, what the fuck? Why'd you think of him? And it's because you associate your dad with cats every time you think of your old cat. It's like, fucking A, fuck, you're right. Damn it. Fine, I hear you. Why are they talking out loud all of a sudden? Doom, doom, doom. Because we're getting close to one of the options. How I feel about my dad, huh? So, the first route we went, I wish I didn't love him anymore. We did the bottom one the last route. So let's see what Demian has to say when they say they hate him. I hate him. There, they said it. They can't stand him. Why so? Why do you think? Do not know. Why, I ask you. You said I couldn't poke around in your mind palace, so I have to ask you. We already covered this, Demian. You fucked up my life, they snarl. Uh-oh, that was a bit too loud, wasn't it? No use telling the neighbors all their deep secrets. You can look in my head yourself. I didn't get to go to college because of him. They threw me right out of the house when my cousin ratted on me and said I was non-binary. Could things have been different, had you still been with him? Yeah, no shit. I wouldn't be sleeping where I work is a slum. I'd probably be able to go to college, get some sort of education. Maybe not a lawyer like my mother always wanted, but I'd have a shiny piece of paper that says I'm worth enough money to pay me decent money. I'd probably even be able to make music on the side the way I wanted to. Yet you are here. Because of him. My priorities became survival. People forget that. I work to live, and it takes so much work just to be able to survive when you don't have a fancy degree. Just gotta keep working and working, and if I'm lucky, I'll die in a motel room with as much mildew as this one. The past 4 years were a blur in their mind. A non-stop cycle of couch surfing, working, and crying themselves to sleep is all Demian has to look back on. The only highlight is when they finally scraped up enough money last year to hitch a few rides all the way from Maryland to good old Kingsfield Beach, Nevada. Their fleeting hope in the casino city was to make it big enough and hit a jackpot that could get them afloat for a couple of months. Of course, that didn't happen. Demian's luck went towards Carl taking pity on their pathetic situation and giving them a place to stay and work. But hey, now they're all cried out at least. Just ignore the times when the pressure gets to be too much and they explode into a sobbing wreck. I'm sorry. You deserved peace. Its voice is so tender. Thank you. Demian sits in silence with Slice for a long, long while. It's longer than they would have liked, but to be honest, neither of them knew what to say. They didn't think Slice would speak again after that, but to their surprise. What do you desire? Huh? Is there a desire deep within you? You wish for more than hatred. I guess I'd like to get out of this dump. Deeper than that. Many aspirations within a human. The one I feel is your deepest desire. Desperation that defines your very being. Oh, that's what it meant. Tonight's just a night for really personal questions, isn't it? I mean, you told them to ask, Demian. You kinda can't be upset about them for that, or upset at them about that. I just cannot fucking speak lately. I don't know what it is. Demian's hope was to talk himself to sleep, exhaust himself enough they get a decent night's rest before tomorrow's shift. It is pretty soothing anyway. Demian purses their lips tight. Not to get too personal, but I think it's... once again, we're gonna go with the one we've never picked.
We're gonna go with the musician. Because in all the playthroughs we've had thus far, that's been one of the recurring threads that Demian wanted to make music. They wanted to play guitar. I don't know if they wanted to sing the lyrics that they ever made, but that's still there.
To be a musician. Already they can feel their face scrunching up. They sound like a child telling an adult what they want to be when they grow up. And it's not even a good career, the way being a doctor, lawyer, or astronaut would be.
Okay, that's just your repressed family trauma talking, Demian. Being a musician is a perfectly respectable career.
This is the kind of dream that the adult respond to with, "Oh, silly kid, pick something that's actually beneficial for society. Don't you know musicians starve to death more often than artists do?" Demian starts to backpedal. "Well, just on the side, you know? Like, I know I can't make it a real living, not with how bloated the music world is. There is no need to explain your desires. Understand them all the same. In their most primal self. Yeah, but it's a stupid desire. Can't survive on music money. Even if you somehow manage to stand out, good chance I'll never even see a cent in my life." They do like making and playing music, don't get Demian wrong. After they wrestled some iota of control and kicked up enough of a stink to make their parents drop ballet, Demian finally got to take electric guitar lessons. Not before the damage was done, of course. Their feet still ache before a big thunderstorm. They got to have lessons for a year, and from then on they were mostly self-taught, with online videos and electric guitar they scrounged enough money for. It was a nice thing, too. It had been a second-hand guitar, but it was bright red and plastered with stickers. Demian didn't get to take the guitar in their disownment, though. In one single day, their entire dream was slashed. And hey, even if they grabbed it on the way out, Demian sure they would have had to pawn it off for cash at some point. Does not mean it is a dream abandoned permanently. Can return whenever possible. Yeah, well, it's starting to feel like whenever possible is code word for never.
God, that's so fucking real.
Neither Demian nor Slice seem to have a will to keep the conversation going after a downer like that. Demian closes their eyes, as if to signify the end of their discussion. Maybe if they sleep it off, they'll feel better about themselves. Maybe they won't be so upset that Slice poked around in their head and would have continued to do so if they hadn't woken up. Maybe they wouldn't feel like their only purpose is to be a cog in a machine. It doesn't matter tonight, though. They can't upend their life in a day. The only problem is that sleeping it off doesn't seem like it's possible tonight. Really, Demian should have seen this coming. If one memory about their past or family gets unburied,
now Demian is having a whole bunch of shit start to crop up in their mind, and they cannot sleep. I know the feeling. Demian is thinking about going to the bar to get a little drinky-dink. Something to give them a buzz. Let's see, don't push your luck. I'll feed you when... I'm not breaking into... We almost got caught. I'll feed you another day with the butchers. Slice growls in response. It wasn't a physical noise, but Demian could feel it, like a rattle in their brain. Last time I drank was New Year's. Do-do-do-do-doom. But that's what you want, isn't it? You want to forget. Forget yourself. Forget your rage. Forget everything. Yeah, don't sweat it. It's not your fault. They sit up and grab their jacket, draped on the edge of the motel's shitty plastic chair they have to provide in every room. Demian hates that thing. It's uncomfortable and they almost broke it. See, Demian, you're gonna regret this. Have you ever felt better after a bender? They are destructive. Not always miserable, sometimes it feels good. Till the hangover kicks in, anyway. Slice is not happy. They do not want alcohol in the body. The alcohol makes it harder to bloom, I assume. I have messages. Whomst. Okay. Anyway, Demian is here at the bar. They are here to get drunk off their ass, potentially. Sorry, I'm moving some things around on my screen. Hold on. There we go. And the bartender's like, hey, you're up late. What are you doing here? Damien's like, dude, I just want to get drunk. Let me get a drink. Choice of poison. We'll have something Demian wants. We did something for Slice that they would like, so we'll do the same for Demian. Because I feel like the route to get to the other ending will be Demian indulging in both himself and Slice, but without going overboard. Slice does not like the alcohol because it hurts. Slice is like, you don't need to abuse yourself with alcohol, and the bartender is trying to be friendly, like, hey, what you need, dude? I don't think we'd really- I know I've like skipped out on the bender twice now, but I don't think we really need it. So we'll just get like the 2 drinks and be done. Demi's just not happy. They want to be happy. Let's see it. Oh, here we go. Here's some new dialogue, I think. What's the problem? I don't want to. Or that's wrong. I just want to feel happy for a while. No, you know what? Not even that. I just don't want to be so fucking depressed and burned out all the time. It takes a lot not to sob in the middle of the bar. Nothing I do matters. I want to think I'm a writer and a musician, but I haven't written anything in years. It's just my shitty poetry I scribble down on whatever napkin I have on hand. I work and I work and I work, and I never get anywhere. I barely make minimum wage, so moving out's impossible. It's the alcohol that's talking, Demian thinks, but damn if it doesn't feel good to let it all out. I'm tired of being tired. That is my problem. I don't even care if I ever get to feel happy again. I just don't want to feel miserable. All I know is that this isn't the place for that. And the bartender's like, hey, you need to get the fuck out of here. Like, go sleep it off, go walk around the city, do what you need, but you don't need us. You do not need this area. Indulge yourselves in other ways. You're so very lonely and my hunger is unwavering. I just want to sleep. It's your choice to make, but do remember of my existence. Automatically saved. I think we know what rest does. We just go back to the motel and sleep and just kind of vibe. So, or at least like relax as much as Demian can given the circumstances. So we're gonna go with indulge. And then we end up waking up here. It wasn't supposed to be this way. I don't even remember your name. Not what I mean. It's what I mean. Wish I got to know you better before we had to leave. So it's just Demian speaking with their dream manifestation of the person they had met and were friends with so briefly. It's like, hey, we could have crossed paths so many times. It's like, yeah, but it was never right. Stuff like that. You're afraid. You're not you. Something went wrong, and your skin does not belong to you. They're talking about Slice. Are you happy with this path? Oh. We answered no the first time, yes the second, so... I don't know. Every time I think I'm happy or not, something happens that just changes it. Sometimes I feel freer than I felt in years, and all I have to think is the other. Other times I think I'm afraid of it. It tells me all sorts of things that I don't understand. It wants me to do things I don't think I really want to do. The reason why you hesitate so much is because you know this isn't the path you were meant to be guided upon. You know this is neither the fate you wanted nor deserved. I don't know if this is right for me. That's the problem. I'm afraid of letting it go the other way. The only thing I regret more than holding on to it. I just need time. No matter what happens, you need to make your choice. Whether it is tomorrow or at the end of everything, you must make a choice. You're not dance on the edge of indecision forever. Remember that. Just as you treat the girl you hold arms length with irresolution, you cannot tread this path with hesitancy. Looks at you. She looks like you. Talking about Miriam. I'm not here, so move on kind of deal. Demian wakes up crying, but they do not remember the dream, so they don't know why. Hey Demian, it's Isaac. You left your phone in the lobby, or I think it's yours? You up? Shit, what am I doing? It's 6 in the morning, they're probably asleep. I'll leave your phone here, okay? Huh? Dude, you here? Unintelligible heart. Uh... Bones. Are you okay? Holy shit, what died in here? Oh, okay. My bones are twisting. Unintelligible. Heartbeat together. Unintelligible. Oh my god, Demian! What? What was that just now? What the frick are you doing in my room? I thought I said I don't want anyone in here ever. Your door was open and... ever. Look, I'm sorry, but you made a noise like you fell off the bed or something. When I found you, you were shaking like hell and mumbling about bones. So I talk in my sleep. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Call an ambulance. I thought something happened, and what's with your fridge and all that meat? Where'd you even get all that? Breaking into my place wasn't enough. You went looking through my shit? It smelled awful, okay? All our fridges smell bad, you fucking creep. And I didn't break in. You literally had your door wide open. I mean, entering into a residence without being explicitly invited is still considered breaking and entering. So yes, it is still a break-in. Get out now. I was worried something happened to you. Your fridge is full of rotten food and... Ow! Fine, fine, look. I'm going. Sorry I tried to be nice, prick. Let someone steal your phone next time. Fucker. Fuck, meat's still good. He got our hopes up and everything. What? What do you mean he got our hopes up that because the meat's still... What? Would you prefer it to be rotten? Or... What? Are you sure? It's aged enough? Well, if you'll eat it.
Demian's running out of bleach again. That's a pity. The restful night motel may not get any cleaner from their efforts, but at least using a bucket of bleach and then some won't get blah, blah, blah. But at least using a bucket of bleach and then some won't get any dirtier. So really, it's for Demian's own good. They're not doing this for Carl's benefit. And of course, it's them having a talk about Carl basically using Demian's cleaning. Because Carl just overworks the fuck out of Demian. We could do It's None of Your Business, but then that would risk pushing away Slice as well. So I think I'm gonna still go with the It Gives Me Something to Do option. And of course Slice is like, what about the other stuff that you could be doing? It's like, we literally cannot. A gentleness seems to overtake Slice's veins. Demian leans back and feels like Slice is cradling him.
And it's them having essentially like the same... basically like some commiseration between the two of them, and they both feel like they want to belong, but they don't have that. So it's like between a poor Inbi who's been cast aside by the world and a Titan god of rot who has had the same thing. I guess. I don't know. And Demian is just like in awe of Slice for staying like mentally aware for so long. Where like most other sapient beings would just become, I guess, like a mass of flesh.
I would have forgotten myself, forgotten everything.
And Demian feels that very much because their own sense of self just isn't there anymore. Not as much as it used to be.
You want to bloom too, not in the way you do. Can't you feel it? We were meant to be. Just as a mother was meant to care for her child, so too I care for you. I never had that with my mom. You deserved better than her. Let me succeed where she failed. You don't have to be alone. Even if you wish for misery, we can be unhappy together. You're right. I don't want to be alone anymore. When our hearts beat as one, you are never alone. You deserve to bloom too. Thank you. They close their eyes. They would say they feel another presence in the room with them. Pushing past all the mold and concrete jungle, Demian falls into the embrace they should have had as a child. Though they know in their own heart it's only temporary at best, the warmth is something they'll cling onto the memory of for years.
And then the rat runs by and ruins the moment for them. And then unfortunately Demian throws up again. And it's just bad news bears. Because not only did they throw up more sludge, they threw up a tooth! And of course, Demian is reasonably upset by this development. So for this segment, I'm gonna go a little long because I want to just finish this out. So we'll go for a while. Let's see.
Mother was cruel to you. You did not want her to see you.
It's a figure of speech. Let me rebuild you. So we're gonna go through Margaret's not happy because Demian threw up on the carpet, and it's more or less that she's actually worried about them, given how the very first thing we went through went. Like, she does genuinely care for Demian as her coworker, and knows that her own dad is, like, mistreating Demian through overworking him and not compensating them for their time. Let's see. Margaret's like, hey, can we not? Let's see. So I think we're getting close to like the next choice, so we'll do a little save-a-roo here. So we did thanks for worrying the first time, stop trying the second time. So we'll go the middle way here. Don't trouble yourself. Demian yanks her arm away from her. She curls her hand back, lips scrunching up until it looked more like a shriveled cat's ass. What the fuck? Demian, I'm not some villain out to get you or something. I don't want the motel to close down as much as you do, but I also don't. If Dad finds out if you have the norovirus, you need to call out. Well, I don't. They turn their back on Margaret. I'm not Typhoid Zhao or something. I just ate something bad and didn't make it in time. It's black. Your vomit is black. That's really not good. It means you're puking up old blood. What are you, a doctor now? I mean, she's not wrong. That is true. If you see something that looks like coffee grounds, you're puking up old blood, and that means you've got to bleed somewhere, and that's not a good thing. Just because your blood's supposed to be internal doesn't mean you're supposed to be bleeding internally. Demian kneels and starts to scrub. The soap and water soak into the carpet. They hope it'll do something. If you're not going to help me clean, leave me alone. Demian, you're literally cleaning up blood vomit right now. Well, that's my own problem, isn't it? They turn around finally. It's not contagious or anything, so leave me be. What happened to your teeth? I told you you'd kill me. They curl their upper lip in some mockery of a snarl. It's none of your business. Okay, you know what? Yeah, come on, just let me talk to Dad and... Demian hurls the filthy rag onto the floor and shouts, I can't fucking afford another day off. Get it through your thick head already. The guy in the room wonder over bangs on the wall. It takes a good chunk of self-restraint not to scream at the occupant, too. Margaret yelps and tries to shush Demian. A thick pause fills the air, counting down the seconds until the other guy shuffles away from the thin walls. When Margaret speaks again, her fury drips from her whispers. You know what? Fine. Do whatever. But if you throw up on someone or something in front of Dad, I'm putting all the blame on you. A flickering light gives Demian a monstrous look in their eye. Be my fucking guest. Demian clenches their jaw hard. Those new teeth are itching. Not just their gums. Something in their teeth itches in the color of desire. They're not sure who the yearning belongs to anymore. Themselves or Slice. They do not look up, do not face her. Instead, Demian strains their ears, waiting for her plodding footsteps to grow fainter until all that's left is the grumbling of her cleaning cart's wheels. Soon enough, the door is thrown shut and Demian is alone again. You see, she only wants to interfere, to hurt. Didn't it feel good to stand up to her? It's about time anyway. That's right. Take control of your life, one step at a time. Demian wonders when they'll finally be the one in control. For the millionth time, they want to go home, wherever home is. They did not have a home in the Zhao household. They did not have a home now. Well, Demian decided to get drunk again. In their defense, it always seemed like a good idea to deal with their problems. Socially acceptable, too. And that's Demian just enjoying, like, yeah, I'm gonna go get pissed drunk, running away from troubles. You don't have to, I can fix it. You still need to rebuild after fixing the tooth, don't you?
Your health is paramount to mine. It's all Slice's fault anyway. So I still want to give them the courage to stand up for themselves. Why should it be the one who swoops in?
So that's something that's akin to what we saw on the orange route. Or more accurately, what we saw on the orange route was like hints of this route with more of like more violence thrown into the mix. So Demian's just gonna get drunk again. Let's see what we got. It's all rough. Let's see. Drink a skeleton crew, just wouldn't allow anything early. No matter when you go, all you gaze upon is misery. Yours, his, hers, the world's. Fall into my embrace. I mean, honestly, I think it'd be good to just, like, fire the boss's daughter. The usual shouting match, because I couldn't stand how controlling she is. They don't tell him about the itch in their gums as the pulpy meat warps itself around the tooth Slice rebuilt. They don't tell him of the maggots they've pulled out. Bartender frowns deeply at their statement. You're gonna get in trouble one of these days. Yeah, I know. Just, everyone has their breaking point. I guess I hit mine. Demian looks away, mentally begging him to stop pushing the issue. Don't get me wrong, I'm not bragging about it or anything. Actually, I don't think I'm proud of it. You need to be careful, Demian. It's all about who you know these days, not how skilled you really are. God, that isn't the truth, and that's been true for a very long time. The whole idea of meritocracy is a lie. What the fuck do you think I've been doing? I pretend everything's okay, I'm happy to be someone's little wage slave, and I never get to be happy. Can you fucking blame me for snapping just this once? Yeah. They wave him off. Hey, how about a drink? I don't want to think this anymore. Demian, are you sure you want to do this? I mean, I'm not judging you or anything if that's what you're worried about. The bartender mutters. The way his eyes are downturned, it's almost like he's talking to the glass he's polishing. Well, last time you came by, do your job. I want to have a drink, not a lecture. Just the one. You're sweet, but I hold kind of little past waiting back home. We just want the one drink. Now let's see. Do we also end up like drinking ourselves? Okay, so yeah, it's the same thing where we end up with a lot of alcohol in our system. Leave and salvage your happiness. And Demian's like, come on, let's stay here a little longer. And eventually the bartender gets sick of Demian's shit and tells him to leave. And like, okay, well go get the cook from the back to kick your ass out. So this section is likely gonna be the same as it was before. Let's see. Rather than hopes, let's see, reattach to the bricks. Can't go home. There's another way, leave that place. If only we could leave. Demian's just having one last slice, just trying to have some moment to themselves, to feel better. Having tapeworms is like having a pet, almost. Also, hey Magna, welcome in, I hope you're doing well. Only, honestly, Slice isn't like a bunch of tapeworms. But oh boy, do they apparently sure look it. And then of course we've got this couple here who's gonna be a problem. We got the snotty woman with the valley accent. And Demian is now gonna get their shit kicked in, unfortunately, because they made the unfortunate mistake of dissociating in the gender direction of the lady. Which is not pleasant. So we've got these. We don't want to kill him. I don't want to run. So our only real option that I really want to do is just hit hurt. Because I don't think Demian, even at the core of like all of their hate, anger, and pain and suffering, they don't really want to kill anyone. They just want to like be able to fight back. That's all they really care about. So that's all we're gonna work with. So we're just gonna hurt this guy. Bust the nose open. It's weaker than most parts of the body. Watch his hands. Shut her up. I can't think over her squawking. Worry not of her. She is a fly, and you are a leviathan. The crack of steel against bones and brain is wonderful, don't you think? Yes. Then lend me your power. Oh, they're having a good old time. As you desire, so it shall be. Demi used to wonder if they deserved happiness. And this is the same dialogue we had before about Demi knowing that.
No, God! No, God! No, God, please, no! No, God, please, no! No! No!
The double oh no. Even though I unmodded sound alerts, I think I'm just gonna have to like remove them from my OBS to just stop it, hopefully. Oh, hi Rusty. Hi Rusty Bean. What you doing? Come back to me. The monster awakens in the skin of a sober, miserable, freezing human failure. Aw. Okay, so Miriam, like, woke us up here. She found us once again. So the orange route is literally just the other route we were on, but with a lot more assholery put together. Hey Garm, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. And Slice apparently just isn't feeling well, because they are completely absent from this interaction. You know, let's just ask the obvious question. How in the fuck did she find our place? Like, we've never told her where we are. How'd you find my place? It's a necessary question. Demian's pretty sure they never crossed that particular boundary with Miriam. They chatted about this and that with her, opened up about some things that might have been bothering them at the moment, but it all ended when Demian left the store. They were the customer, she was a worker. Simple as that. Their dynamic was friendly, but they weren't friends with her. God knows they'd never invite her into this dump.
Miriam shuffles and pushes her glasses up with a hand. It's not... it wasn't anything weird, I swear. You told me. Kind of... well, you tried? You were trying to get home, but... well, you were really drunk.
Great, yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's perfect. They've towed the line between friends and acquaintances too much, and now Miriam's gonna get the wrong idea. On the scale of how bad a fuck-up this is, Demi would rank it pretty close to the bit the boss's daughter a little too hard, and now there's blood everywhere tier. Oh, we haven't done that, though. We haven't bit her. I don't think. Poor little Icarus teased too close to the sun, and now they're dealing with the consequences of a woman thinking they even like her. Wonderful. Demian rolls her hands down their face. It's been nice having someone in their head to retreat to when the outside conversation becomes too much. Hard to believe they've actually gotten used to Slice's presence, to the point that it being quiet is unnerving. Fuck it. You know what? It doesn't matter. It's okay. It's fine. I appreciate it. It hurts to swallow. It hurts to do anything, really.
I swirl my drink. Oh. What drink? My coffee cup is empty. Cry.
Here,
She got us a bottle of water because we're dehydrated. We say thanks. Mere lip to their hand is sluggish and deliberate. Anything else would exert energy they don't have. Still, Demian gets the cap open themselves. They're not fucked up enough to need Miriam stepping in. Thank God. Their dignity is already in the toilet. No need to flush it down, too. The water's fine. The relief to their throat is fine. The whole experience is just fine. That's right, Joe. It's fine, Miriam found their dump of a home. It's fine, she's standing here now, probably about to go on some spiel about how nothing in life is free, and you know, Demian, she's always liked you, and she's just going to go out this once because you fucking owe her, so this is the least you can do. Miriam looks around. Her eyes settled on the door first, how she locked it behind her. Then she glances at the window. The corner is cracked, the edges are full of cobwebs, but it would make for a getaway in a pinch. Demian, what happened to you? Your hands are all bruised. The tone of her voice is serious. If they were speaking to Margaret, Isaac, Carl, tell anyone other than unobservant Miriam, they would say it's an accusatory tone. They make a strange warble. Leave me alone already. Demian hopes it works as a response. You know it's fucking not. Yeah, see? I'm not gonna yell at you or anything, I promise. I just need to know what happened to you. They scowl into their water. What are you, a nurse? That's what you're going to school for? Nursing? Am I just your little guinea pig then? Well, no, I'm studying forensic science, but that doesn't change anything. It doesn't change why I'm doing this. Why are you doing this, huh? That's what I don't get. Demian snorts, a bitter laugh in the back of their throat dying before I can bubble out. Come on, Webster. Don't tell me you think I'm your best friend of all time or something. That's sad, even for my standards. Damn! That's rough.
What does that mean? Demian, it's not like that! The indignant tone creeping into her voice tells Demian everything they need to know. The Weather Channel said it was going to be in the negatives tonight. I didn't know if you were going to get up, or if you needed to get to the hospital, or... You were so passed out I couldn't get a word out of you. If it wasn't serious, I could have ruined you financially. I know you can't afford a trip to the hospital, sorry. I was trying to gauge if it was Miriam or Demian talking for a second. My brain died for a moment there. Leave me alone already. A lack of health insurance has tainted a lot of Demian's life. Everyone knows that, Miriam included. She's really starting to get on their nerves. Is my scroll lock on? Yeah, somehow that got turned on. What the fuck?
gosh. I showered and removed some of the crap from the floor. I can almost see the carpet now. Hell yeah! Fuck yeah for evening chores. Also, welcome back. I don't know if you're back completely or if you're just here for a moment, but congratulations. Showers at fuck o'clock in the morning are the best. They really fucking are, though. Like, genuinely. And you're just in time, because I'm trying to decide what the fuck to pick here. Because I think I've already did, like, I could have gotten home myself. Ah, there's still more carpet to free. I see. Enjoy freeing your carpet from whatever is holding it hostage. The options are, like, Miriam just brought Demian back to their place. Because Demi was just pissed drunk and not coherent at all. So the options are, thank you really, why didn't you leave me, or I could have gotten home by myself. But I could have gotten home by myself last time, so it's the first two. So it's either thank you or why didn't you just leave. Demian does think she's friendly, but they don't really like thank you sound safer. It really does. I guess we'll see what it does. It's not like Slice is around, so they can't, like, disagree.
Thank you, really. It sounds hollow coming from their mouth. Already Demi can feel themselves cringing. Sooner or later, Miriam will figure out they do seriously mean it, but their ears it sounds insincere at best and downright sarcastic at worst. The growl in their voice and unwavering tone doesn't help any. Demian tries again. Sorry, thanks, you didn't have to. I'm glad you helped. It means a lot, yeah. How the fuck do you show your gratitude like a normal person and have everyone take it at face value? Everything Demian says is laced with condescension, and they can't stop it no matter what they try. The look on Miriam's face softens. Hard anger lines grow shallow, and her lips release themselves from her previous scowl. You're, don't mention it. If they'd parted on better terms with her, Demian would have taken a moment to softly chide Miriam. You need to be more careful, you know? You're too naive for your own good. What if you brought home some tweaker back to that crack house? It's Kingsfield, Webster! Things still seem a bit tender, though. They'll save it for later, when the wounds are a little less raw. Oh my gosh, I have to go. I am so sorry. The shop has been working awful hours lately. Miriam gasps, hand flying to the side of her face. You're gonna be okay, right? You don't have a headache, right? Do you feel okay? Are your ears ringing? Webster, I'm fine. I'm hungover, not concussed. Probably just laid down for a while when you found me, they say. Don't be late 'cause of me. Go. Come on. Yeah, you're right. But don't forget to drink water before you go to work. And eat something when you can.
Hello, Rusty.
4 steps. That's the distance between their bed and the door. Demian counts it in Miriam's hurried large strides. 1, 2, 3, 4. They wish it was longer. Even an extra step would be enough. And go to the hospital if you get worse. Don't wait. Brain damage is an insidious kind of thing. I had an uncle who had a concussion once. It was really bad. Demian can't help but snort. Webster. I'm sorry, but you know what I'm trying to say. She grasps at the doorknob. Yeah, drink water. Be nice to yourself. I get it. Miriam nods, the traces of a smile drifting across her lips. And, next time just call me instead of walking by yourself, okay? They can't help but match the gentleness. I'll think about it.
Miriam is a bean. I love her.
Demian is left alone again. Hey, Dad? Yeah. Yeah, it's me. It's about Demian. Can you just... Something's wrong with them. I don't know. I feel like I'm going crazy, but Demian hasn't been acting like themselves lately. I think they were throwing up blood earlier, and their teeth looked weird. I'm really worried. I know they've always been a bit standoffish around me, but it was really bad today. I thought they were gonna try to punch me. Can you just talk to them or something? It'd be nice, please? Maybe it's all in my head, but I'd feel better if you just said something. Oh, what am I doing? You don't even check your voicemail. I'll talk to you in the morning, I guess. Reprehensibility.
And it just occurred to me, how long this game is, even for like speeding through most of it. So we're gonna save.